Welcome, everybody, to the Genesis Mindset. Today is Mobick Monday, and it has been a very long time since I've done a Mobick Monday episode. Mobick has been cooking in the background. There's been a lot of work happening in the background, but there's been things that I haven't been able to share because we've had to wait for the information to be revealed first. So, the most exciting news now is that BitMobick is going to be listed on an exchange with the ticker BMB. So, this is huge news, and it's caused a huge price surge. And I'm very relieved. I'm very relieved, to be honest. I didn't think that was going to be listed on an exchange for a long time. It was basically in the roadmap for years and years when the whole token distribution was totally, the token supply was fully distributed. But now they're doing it a lot earlier than I was anticipating. So I'm very excited by that fact because it also means now I can actually start to quote actual price charts and show price charts instead of having to get quotes from people who are watching and managing the trading themselves. So this is very exciting news. So let's have a look who that is. So it is with LBank. So LBank is a top 20 cryptocurrency exchange. So if we have a look on here on CoinMarketCap, the top cryptocurrency spot exchanges are the number one is Binance, Bybit, number two, Bybit, then Coinbase Exchange, then OKX. So ones that we're all very familiar with as you scroll down, KuCoin, MEXC, and in the top 20, LBank is listed as number 9. So it gets, well, for example, recently it's had $2.6 billion in trading volume and it's had 3 million weekly visits. So not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, if you look at those statistics here where it's got more weekly visits than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just in the top 10 to 20, it's basically got more visits than 8 out of 10, and it's sitting at number 19. That's really good. That's really good. It has 664 coins. It gets the fiat is supported. It has many fiat currencies supported, including the Australian dollar. So you've got Euro, USD, CAD, which is brilliant. And the average liquidity is 744. So it's an extremely reputable exchange as we go down this list. I mean, there's obviously tons. So the fact that it's in the top 20 is very good. I'm very glad that it's not really on the top ones. It really gives it an opportunity to shine in this particular exchange. So it's actually going to be launched tonight, 9 o'clock Korean time. So what they're doing at the moment is if you lock up some tokens, then you will get an airdrop of BitMobick. So BMB is the ticker. It wasn't on any exchange, so it used to be MO, but it actually is going to be BMB. And so here is the new BitMobick logo as well. Very cool. I really like it. It's obviously a whale. So one of the objectives of this was to catch the Bitcoin whales. So let's have a look at this. So about BitMobick, 15 years have passed since its inception, and Bitcoin has proven its strength as a decentralized peer-to-peer electronic cash system. In this context, Bitcoin's success is defined by the establishment of an objective and enduring value resistant to the risk of losing significance. This irreversible transformation is not only an economic and sociological event, but also a scientific phenomenon. BitMobick has already successfully replicated the Bitcoin phenomenon and now seeks to explore uncharted sectors diverging from Bitcoin's trajectory. A notable absence in the landscape of cryptocurrency communities is the concept of public goods, which remains largely unaddressed at the time of this writing. I'm going to go back to this point in just a moment. BitMobick aims to explore the impact of introducing public goods into the ecosystem, investigating how their utilization influences the value and growth of the community. Additionally, BitMobick aspires to resolve one of Bitcoin's greatest uncertainties, the mystery of lost coins. So the mystery of lost coins is the whale hunting, which is where the logo comes from. So the thing that I've loved about it the most from day one is the concept of public goods. The fact that the token supply is being distributed in a way that is going to benefit the public. So it's been given to universities. There's still, I believe, looking for some IT companies. It's been given to media companies, one of the top 5 media companies in Korea. And they were also at one particular point looking at energy companies. So energy companies which can offset some of their downtime energy productions into mining BitMobick and upkeeping the network and then also profiting from the network. So they're basically utilizing power that would otherwise not be used to support the network. So I thought that was a brilliant idea. But essentially, because there is a centralized figure, Teminor, who is the founder of this fork of Bitcoin, he has had the concept of public goods. So Teminor, extremely highly ethical, moral character who's not owning any of the token supply in the end. So at the moment, it's all in public wallets and it's being distributed over time. So it's being distributed out. The first major distributions was through airdrops to try and build the foundation, the core community, the core network. So that core network, the thesis was to build this strong core community is going to stabilize the price. And the fact that people traveled from all over Korea to basically Australia, and where they came to Brisbane, they came to Montville, which was the last airdrop event. So people from Korea, I believe, received maybe it was either 100 or 1,000 BitMobick, which at the time wasn't really worth a lot. But BitMobick now is worth, it's over 500 Australian dollars. So its top was just over 1,000 Australian dollars, and it topped when there was talk that Mr. Orr was going to come to Australia to do a 1-year celebration of the Montville event if the price reached 1,000 Australia or 1 million Korean won. And so it pretty much almost did reach there. I think it did actually break there, but then they decided that maybe it wasn't really a good use of the time because he's extremely busy and he's a leading figure of Bitcoin in South Korea. So he's on podcasts, he's doing lots of interviews, he's appearing on TV. Everybody wants to know all about what he has to say because he is the leading figure of Bitcoin in South Korea. He's the Bitcoin Satoshi in South Korea, essentially. So the fact that he's forked this and he's implemented some of his ideas for me is one of the most bullish things. The second most, this is not in any particular order, was the airdrop, the concept of the airdrop, and the fact that people had to travel and expend their time and money to actually get these free airdrops. So they're not willing to therefore dump it because they have an attachment to it in their mind. And third is the public goods, the fact that because there's a centralized figure that is orchestrating all these moves, that the token supplier can be put out into good use in the world instead of it just being something where people buy it and hold it and sell it on top of each other. They're actually trying to use the tokens to supply the token supply to benefit the betterment of the world. So it has a very high social impact. This is something that I was very, very bullish on. So yes, I'm going to leave the link in the description here, but we'll go one last time. So basically you can participate in this airdrop. It's getting very, very, the time is very limited. There's essentially an hour and a half to go, less than an hour and a half to go. By the time I upload this, it's probably going to be less than an hour, but you basically need to have in your holdings 1,000 USD or 120,000 LBK. So have a look through the rules here. But in any case, very exciting news. It is now on exchanges. We're going to get some price feeds. We're going to be able to trade it now. And I think that that's going to be very bullish. Could this be a dump event? Possibly, because when the announcement came out that this is now going to be launched on an exchange, the price jumped. So it went up to 1,000 Australian dollars. Then it came down to, I think it was about 350 Australian dollars. And now it's back up to about 550 Australian dollars at the time of that announcement. So yes, it could be a dump event. And then whales who are very interested in stabilizing the project and accumulating and building it into this project will end up buying that dip. It's gonna suffer the same fate as every single project. It might be a dump event. It might not be a dump event because it's not like a Binance listing. So every major exchange listing ends up being a dump event. So I am not saying that to put fear out there. I'm saying that if you think that you've missed out on this, I don't think that you have. I think that there's plenty of opportunity still. And I think if you keep an eye on that, and if there is a dump event, then you can get some bargains. So I want to actually just quickly look this up as well, because the fact that, again, it's the other major thing that I loved about this is the fact that you guys can have a look at some of this data. I should have brought this up maybe first, but it just crossed my mind now. The monthly cryptocurrency trading volume in South Korea 2021 was 402 trillion South Korean won, down from in the previous month. So that was 2021. But have a look how South Korea compares to the rest of the world. The size of the country and the amount of trading volume in cryptocurrency is very, very huge. So here we go. So in 2024, $855 million US dollars in 2024. It is expected to exhibit an annual growth rate of minus 3.72%. How's that a growth rate? So basically, it's expected to go down. So it'll be interesting to see how that is now. But I do know that South Korea has a massive fervor for it. So it's founded in South Korea, but now it can start to spread out to the rest of the world. So with that, very short, sweet episode. It's going to get launched. Keep an eye on the launch. LBank. Take care. Have a good one.